So what if creating animated videos was actually this simple? So I recently experimented a whiteboard animation using AI and Vyond. Super simple to make. I didn't have to draw anything. I didn't have to film anything. I didn't need to edit for hours and hours. It's a really cool way to create learning lessons. And whiteboard animation videos can be used in lots of different industries, which I'm going to go into later on in the video. And I know you're firstly thinking, whiteboard animation, Charlotte? This seems a bit old-fashioned, but honestly, I think it really works well to just get some simple terminology, different phrases across in a really engaging way. Before we continue, if you're new here, hello there, my name is Charlotte, good to see you here. I'm always trying to kind of share, anything or tips or knowledge I can within the e-learning, AI and tech industry. So I really appreciate, all your comments you've been giving me and also giving me your knowledge, which really helps, being able to build the AI and tech community together. If you do want to hear more from me, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys. Okay, let's get straight into it. First of all, if you don't have a Vyond account, you can get set up really easy. There's a free trial you can use, test it out, and then decide if you want to go for the paid options. So although I am learning Spanish, in this example, I'm going to show you a video about how you can create a language lesson with English using a couple of phrases within transport and directions. When you're all set up, you'll see here, start with blank. You can use the AI text to image feature. I've done a video on that before, but today we're going to be starting from scratch because it is just really easy and you can make it tailor-made to you. So first things first, we obviously need a title. So what you can do is you can go on the left-hand side. You'll see there's lots of different options here. This is very similar to PowerPoint. So you'll see here on the right, you can pick a color. You can select what color you want, play around with it. Also upload your own colors as well if you've got a specific brand. So once you're happy, put your text and let's move on to the first one. So you can click right and add a blank scene and then you can start searching. So you'll see on the left hand side, there is a button you can click where it allows you to search for anything. So in this case, I want to search for a train. So all of these at the top are whiteboard animation scenes, but we're just going to search for specific objects on their own, but definitely make use, of the scenes available. So we found a train. Do we want to make another color? Let's do a hyper darker blue for this one. Obviously, if you've got a bit more time, do what you want. We're just going to go through the basics. So how do we make this specific object like a whiteboard animation? So if you click on the object, you'll see on the right hand side, you can enter an effect. So this is what you need. So there's different types of whiteboard animation, but we want whiteboard real hand. Of course, you can use a pen if you want, or you can use the pen alone. I'm going to pick a train, a bus, car, play around with it until you're happy. The button at the top that says preview. So this is the only way you're actually going to see how the animation looks. That's really nice because you're like, oh, did they have to film that? And did they have to, film the hand, then do the drawings? No, you literally just put an effect and job done. So keep playing around with it until you're happy. Keep searching for what you want. So we could add public transport phrases, move things around. So when you are adding, items there, you can just move it around like you would with PowerPoint. Whereas the bus stop, and then we'll do public transport phrases and then some directions as well. So the only thing that could be a bit fiddly is at the bottom, you need to kind of drag, how long you want on the timeline. Let's say you want it to show for 3 seconds, then you would just need a case of dragging it at the bottom, however long you want to play. But just play around with that just so you get an idea. But if you have used any basic video software, it would just be a case of, dragging or pulling further out if you want it to be a bit longer. And then when you do have an effect, you can drag the green cursor back and forth depending on how fast or slow you want it to. Make sure you are clicking save route, by the way, because you don't want to lose your project. You're editing on a browser, so it does mean that you do need to save every so often because you never know what could happen on your browser. And you see here the hand is writing. Obviously, you could have the public transport phrases also load in. You could have the text pop. It doesn't all need to have that whiteboard animation feature. You can play around and see what you want to do. If you have no clue what your video is about, definitely make use of AI just to create a mini script on what phrases you want to use. For example, if you are learning a language, what is the topic? What's the video going to be about? Let's say you want, the video to be 3 minutes. You could say to AI, I want a 3-minute video to create a whiteboard animation using Vyond. Can you please give me phrases for public transport, meeting people, at a cafe, so that I can easily break it down into manageable chunks for the learners. You could ask AI, for example, how many words do I want per slide? slide, what visual and what narration shall I use. If you also want voiceovers, you can also do that on Vyond as well. So what do you guys think? I think it's a really, really effective way to be engaged. This is just basic words, but when you are a beginner level, repetition is so powerful. And being a language learner myself, you know, it's not been easy for me. And, you know, I am generally a slow learner when it comes to languages. So repetition really, really helps me. So even if you want to repeat a word again and again, or change it up, put the word on its own, then add it to a sentence, you know, different types of phrases so the learner can really understand. And I think even just 3 minutes is great because it means the learner can just focus on one area at a time. So I think this works really well because it's kind of like a teacher writing on a board. So I think it's just great for educational content. It may seem old fashioned, but now it's digital. So just keep the design super simple. Don't overcomplicate it. You know, one word, one piece of image, it does the job. But for now, this is just an example about how you can do it. And if I do want to add music underneath, it's literally really straightforward. I can just pop it underneath, it'll be done in a couple of minutes. So where could this be uploaded? So you can export this as an MP4 file, 1080p. You could upload it to YouTube, your online course. I've actually got a course on Udemy going over all of the basics of Vyond and AI. So if you do want to understand it more, you can have a look at that course as well and see what you think. This could be used on your learning management system, you know, upload the video there and track it. Or you could also, you know, post that video straight onto social media. This can be done, you know, for reels, shorts. You can just change the ratio size before you edit as well. So there's lots of different options for social media too, and bite-sized learning as well. And although I've used an example of language learning today, there's lots of different other subjects it could work really well. So for example, geography, you could show, you know, a map, landmarks, it works perfectly for geography. Or even math, showing basic equations, problem solving, it works really well for that as well. Or even science, you know, introducing the solar system or the water cycle, you can really make it effective and really cool for the learner. Or even like history, you could use events and timelines, safety procedures, onboarding processes, or step-by-step instructions. Because it's such a simple process, it really can be used in multiple different areas and topics, which I think is really, really good to know. So I hope you found value from this video. If you did, please do give me a like. Let me know what you think. Do you want more content like this? Let me know in the comments below. And if you did like this video, I definitely feel you might like my other videos on Vyond, and also lots of different AI tools as well. So I will pop a few after this as well. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well if you are looking to see more of my videos. Thank you. Have a good one.